My name is Michael Wells, and this is my storytelling assignment. Key terms for this assignment are going to be cultural environment, which are the events, the people, and things happening around you that influence your personality, goals, efficacy, things like that, and your self-identity, the way that we identify ourselves, which is directly impacted by our socio-cultural environment. Some background about me, what my self-identity is. I was originally born in Florida, and I am the oldest of two. I have a younger sister. My mom was a teacher, which did help a lot when I was younger with my academics, and I always had somebody that I could really rely on for asking questions, things like that. And my dad was a software engineer, so he was always really smart and loved to do like board games, chess, stuff like that. So my younger years, I had a lot of support for my education, and it was always a really big focus. Both of my parents really focused a lot on my education at that time. But then unfortunately, a lot of situations changed, and we ended up moving around quite frequently. I went to several different high schools in the span of a year, which at the time made it hard to get a really good support system for my education. I struggled getting like consistent friends before we moved again, things like that, which just made it really inconsistent. But ultimately, my mom ended up moving to Indiana, where I live now, to be closer to family, and I have been in Indiana for about 7 years. So my education ended up settling at Fairfield, which helped a lot having a consistent school. I was able to get back on track a lot, take more courses, and focus more on my education. And I did have a lot of opportunities, especially when I lived in Florida. They have a lot of different programs for like AP courses, different clubs. And later in high school, I did finally start to participate in a lot more clubs like show choir, tennis, things like that, which did help with my academic self-efficacy. And to explain what academic self-efficacy is, it's essentially how well you're motivated and things to complete your education and such. And my self-identity or my socio-cultural environment really has affected my self-identity, mostly because it made it hard with the moving and things like that, as well with hobbies. I automatically became a really love for technology, games, things like that from my dad. Um, I already went over learning. And it affected my academic self-efficacy when I was really young. I did have a lot of motivation. School was very important to me, although in later years, because everything kept changing so much, I really kind of gave up on school a lot for like a good 5 or 6 years. And during that time, I struggled a lot with my grades and staying on top of homework, things like that. And it was a struggle for a lot of years until probably like the beginning or middle of high school is when I was really able to get that academic self-efficacy back. And my sociocultural environment did help a lot with that. The high school I went to, everybody around me really cared a lot about education. There was a lot of different clubs, so I was able to join like show choir and be more involved in that. And those really helped me stay motivated and keep up with my self-efficacy. And that helped a lot with my education, and it did help me get more learning opportunities because it encouraged me to take more classes than I normally would have, or do field trips to learn more things that I probably wouldn't have normally done. And that is my story.